All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fusion 360 Nesting and Fabrication webinar, episode 4 of our Fusion 360 series that's been going on since last year. So thank you very much for joining us. Let us actually continue without wasting any further time. So my name is Ajay. I'm the technical specialist for the manufacturing process plant side at Baynes. Firstly, let's actually talk about what we will be actually covering today. Initially, firstly, I will actually give you a small introduction as to who Baynes is, who we are, what we do, etc. Then I'll be giving you an overview of Fusion 360 as an overall, as a package. Then from that point onwards, I will then take you through a few of the manufacturing extensions that we have and what they can do in terms of possibilities that they present to you as customers. Then we will talk a little bit about what we as a company, as an entity, can actually assist you guys with. After which we will open the floor up a little bit to questions that any one of you may have, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. So let's begin. Let's start with who I am. My name is Jay. As I said earlier, I am the technical specialist in the manufacturing process plant side at Baynes. I am a mechanical engineer with a lot of experience in design and manufacturing. I am a product engineer and I have been a product engineer and project installations manager in the construction industry for quite a significant period. I possess a mechanical engineering qualification and postgrad in engineering management, which includes quality management and lean manufacturing. That's just a little bit about my background. Let's talk a little bit about what we do as a company. We do a lot of consulting, we educate, we deal with software and hardware. And what does that mean? We consult in the sense of assisting. We assist people with digital transformation via, business assessments, consulting, data management, you name it. The software and hardware aspect of it, we deal with Autodesk. We are a reseller for Autodesk, as well as a partner with Leica, as well as Clear Edge. In terms of education, we do classroom training, on-site training, customized user training, advanced training, as well as tailored specific training for each and every individual or entity that requires it. The companies that we are partnered with are Autodesk, as mentioned, Google Orange, Clear Edge, Leica, and CAD Learning. What is CAD Learning? We will speak a little bit about that later on today. We are mostly found in the energy manufacturing, the process plants, building and civil environments. So a lot of the case, my specific focus is process plant and manufacturing, and that's what we will be dealing with today in terms of Fusion. All right. So shall we run a quick poll while we're busy? I'll just quickly do that. Let's see. Guys, please just give us a bit of a vote. It would be much appreciated for the purposes of this webinar. All right. Let's give it another minute just to collect all of our responses. Okay, give it another 10 more seconds, and I will then end the poll right here. So this is, I see that the majority of you have selected either average difficulty or moderate difficulty in terms of setting up nesting, getting a nesting setup or a nesting cutout done. So, okay, so I mean, that's perfect, because what we're talking about today assists us significantly well with what we'll be discussing today. Actually makes it a lot easier for you to do fabrication and nesting in terms of your two-dimensional profile cuts and beyond. But we will continue. Let's do a quick overview of Fusion 360. What is Fusion 360 and what can it do for you as a manufacturing individual or manufacturing entity or company, you name it, what it is. Fusion 360 is there for you. What can we do for you? So Fusion 360 is not just a CAD software, nor it's not just a CAM software, nor is it just simulation, documentation, or rendering. It is everything all rolled into one, very easy to use, very easy to access package. You can use Fusion 360 for the entire product development process, starting from the creation of an idea all the way through to manufacturing and putting an item to market or product to market. You've got different aspects to Fusion 360 that allows anybody in any step of that process to do their work easily and integrate seamlessly with people in either side or in others that are part of other steps of that product development process. All of this is done on a single integrated platform. Sounds interesting, does it not? For those of us who use software other than Autodesk or Fusion, Fusion seamlessly integrates with outside software. Now, if you use Fusion while you're connected to the internet, you can actually connect to 50 different native software types. And Autodesk themselves are all about interoperability, which effectively means that Fusion seamlessly integrates with other software such as Inventor, Moldflow, NetFab, and FeatureGAN. As you can see on the left-hand side of the slide, it also integrates significantly well, very well, with your Dassault systems, as well as your NX, Siemens, etc., etc. So one can use it for pretty much integration of other designs that you may have done previously as well, from using other packages. Imagine that you're a just imagine that you're an individual, an engineer, whether you have your own small company, whether you're starting something up. That individual person, whether it's a company owner or the one engineer that's in a small company, you would have to do pretty much everything, from design through to sketching, design, all the way through to R&D development, simulations, and whatever. So this normally means multiple software packages that are disconnected with each other. Fusion 360 has an intuitive platform which can be configured to your use case and workflow that allows you access to what you need, and you only pay for what you use. So things like generative design allows you, the freedom to, where it automates a design to the extent that you give it parameters and it will generate thousands and thousands of designs, that potential designs that you may be able to use, and simulate the performance to suit what you require within your constraints and manufacturing capabilities. This allows you to have more high-performing, cost-effective, and sustainable designs. This you could not have reached on your own, and it allows you to get there really quickly due to the integrated nature of the package. Integrated platform connects your entire product development and manufacturing systems with a central cloud-based model, allowing you all access and different people access to different parts of the design, like I said a little bit earlier, from anywhere on the globe remotely. This allows your teams to collaborate seamlessly and spend more time on what is important, i.e. innovation, and not so much iteration. So Fusion 360 invests in the future of product development and manufacturing by catalyzing innovation across all disciplines. This allows your team to automate a lot of the routine run-of-the-mill things that you do in order for you to be able to focus on getting a product that's helpful to the global market, and assisting you to focus on perfecting that and improving the efficiency of your own individual localized process. This allows you to realize previously impossible outcomes by allowing you as an individual engineer, designer, manufacturing specialist, or to realize your potential as a company or as an individual. Let's talk a little bit about the Fusion 360 extensions that are available. We have 3 families, although a family of 1, I'm not sure, can be called a family. However, there are 3 it's grouped into 3 different product families. So we've got the 3 design-based extensions, we've got 4 manufacturing-based extensions, and we've got a data or processing extension. So today we will be talking about the Nesting and Fabrication extension. Let's quickly talk about the Fusion 360 extensions and why you would use them. And in a recap to the previous episodes that we've had, why would we use the Fusion 360 extensions and what do they offer? You can eliminate your disconnected tools, extend your workflows with specialized technologies all on one platform. This allows you to integrate all of your work without having to work across different packages. So you wouldn't have to actually design on one, simulate on another, and maybe manufacture on a different one, and then maybe as per this extension, your nesting and fabrication, potentially you may have to pick up another one. So it allows you to integrate everything for your whole product development process without having to cross between software packages, eliminating time waste, eliminating a lot of your financial waste as well, considering that it's all one platform. This will, again, that leads quite nicely into the simplification of your design and manufacturing workflows by allowing automation of the workflow, easy collaboration of your team using your Fusion cloud-based setup, eliminating your need for physical presence as well. This allows you to shorten your time to market for your products, your designs, your ideas. The flexibility of the access, allowing you to purchase a 1 or a 3-year subscription, also allows you to just pay for what you need, nothing more than that. The manufacturing extensions, Fusion 360 has a family of manufacturing extensions that we will talk about in the going forward. The manufacturing industry has changed quite significantly over the past few years. Things like Industry 4.0, a lot of smart manufacturing technologies that have come into place that we need to integrate that allow us to, time to market is a lot faster, allow us a lot more complicated designs to be, put into the market cheaply, and with at the same time not losing out on quality. Please keep that in mind, that quality is also of an extremely important concern to those of us who are actually in the manufacturing industry. So without compromising on that quality, we are actually able to leverage the technologies that are available and the opportunities that are available with the Fusion 360 and its extensions to do a lot more, a lot faster than what we could in the past, thereby eliminating a large number of inefficiencies in your current process. In the past, the traditional CAD platforms have been fragmented, expensive, and quite disconnected. This could cause cost application. There would be a cost implication to it, causing us to have multiple different software packages, not just software packages. Everything was so specialized that you would have to do a design in one place, like let's call it AutoCAD, and then take it over to a different piece of software to do your 3D modeling or your detailed design, and it would carry on. So this disconnected process would cost a lot of inefficiencies, which actually cost money and time, and exacerbated a lot of the challenges that you may have had. So disparate software packages also creates a communication gap where sometimes the part files or the designs may not translate as easily, and if changes were needed to be made, it would be a very painful and slow process. And as a result, we would have things like poor communication upstream and downstream that leading to slower feedback, and the updates and changes would actually take a lot longer to process. And this would cause, again, I mean, everything comes down to cost and quality. So the three cornerstones of any process: time, cost, and quality. None of them can really be extended by much without actually hitting our bottom line. And I mean, why would that? If we can actually eliminate a lot of the time loss, a lot of the quality loss, as well as a lot of the cost, we would be much more competitive in the market, and we would be much easier able to compete with certain entities who actually flood the market with cheap products. Fusion 360 offers an integrated setup, where with having brought together technologies that have previously been separated. In building Fusion 360 this way around, we were able to differentiate in the market in 3 different ways. This is done with an integrated platform, making it easy to connect all the different product development steps, as well as to connect all of the people, leading to very easy collaboration, because a lot of Fusion 360 is based in the cloud. Your designs, your models, your pod files, everything is stored in a centralized cloud-based database. And everybody in the team, whether you're sitting in South Africa or in Brazil or in India, you're able to access it and do the different things that you need to do. Now, the beauty of this is that you don't need to be locally based in order for you to use your skill set to improve your company's process or product. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the Nesting and Fabrication Extension, which is the focus of today's session. The benefits of the Nesting and Fabrication Extension of Fusion 360 are that you can automate part layouts and use your multi-part nesting, allowing you to reduce your programming time quite significantly. Thus, again, simplifying your job. As per the poll earlier, everybody said average to moderately difficult in terms of setting up nesting. We will see shortly how easy Fusion 360 can be. The minimization of rework, that is the bane of pretty much everyone in this environment. Who rework means there's a part that you've made that you've had to discard. It means you have to pay money to reproduce it. So essentially, that's now paying twice for the same thing. So minimization of rework is like the holy grail in the manufacturing industry, in that you make it once and then you can sell a product at a high quality. That's what we want. The associative nesting aspect of nesting and fabrication will allow you to do that, including, along with the integrated CAD/CAM environment that you find in Fusion 360, which leads us quite nicely to, once again, reduction of costs and directly reducing costs using the optimization options that we've got with the Fusion 360 Nesting and Fabrication Extension. So let's quickly do a comparison between the Fusion 360 core in comparison with the Nesting and Fabrication extension added to the Fusion 360 core. As you would see here, the part files that we use are from the current document. Basic nesting and arrangements are available with associations. Now, in the cutting and fabrication section, we look at 2.5 dimensional cutting and libraries for post-processing machines. Then you look at the addition of the Nesting and Fabrication extension. You see that now you're looking at the ability to, make fabricate from and nest from multiple documents, where it automatically defines and calculates your material thickness, quality, and quantity detection. You see there's advanced options that you've got available in the nesting set, using shared libraries and nest reports and comparisons. We'll talk about that as we go along. And in the cutting and fabrication section, there's a few export options and remnant cut geometries and so on that we can use. Let's now dive into the nesting and fabrication extension just a little bit. The extension of your nesting and fabrication capabilities from Fusion 360. Well, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, you can actually, create a nesting study with multiple sheets. Your NC toolpaths and your programming can be done much easier. You can create customizable reports, and that allows you for the automatic detection of material thickness and part quantity. So here, it's very easy to actually purchase your extension. Very easy. You go through the app settings and set up your extension, and you can then create your nesting study. In the nest preparation, you'll see that you can actually filter out different types of different aspects of your model that you don't want. So you've now got your plate cutouts, and in your fabrication, you go there and create your nesting study. And from there, it's very easy to set up your job quantities, and there you go. The product itself, you didn't have to actually create the flat pattern of the product itself initially. Automatically does that for you. And then we look at how associative our nesting and fabrication extension is. As you know, Fusion 360 is allows for live part models, and whatever changes you make in your 3D model will automatically be reflected in your nesting study, and or at least it's easy to make the updates with a click of a button and set up your cutting program. So then we've got the simple allowance of nest preparations. So it's very easy. You've seen it in the previous video. You'll see it again shortly, that the preparation of a nesting study is actually very, very, very simple. The parameters, all you need to do is set up your parameters, arrange and make your stock usage optimization can be done on, you can allow the program to do it by itself, but at the same time, you can also set it up in terms of what you would prefer to do. Now, if we look at the product itself, or the 3D model that you've created, the extension allows you to, doesn't allow you to, it does it for you, in fact, where it automatically detects the materials, the thicknesses, and the part quantities, or the number of parts that you need to cut out. I'll quickly have a look at the multi-sheet nesting definition. So you'll see here, if we go into the tools, we create a nesting preparation. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you would filter out the things that you don't need in terms of nesting. As you can see here, it takes all of the sheet metal parts as it is, does the flat patterning on its own, and here you can add a separate source, i.e., you would bring another model into the nesting and fabrication study in order for you to be able to set up sheets so that you can cut out. Let's say, for example, you've got a large aluminium sheet that you have, but the current model you won't be able to use the sheet to its capability. Then you would be able to bring in another part and fill up that sheet so that you don't waste material. Wastage is no waste, not want, not, so to speak. And this here, what you're seeing is the setup where you would set up your optimization and then set it up as a template for future use. And reviewing the profiles, then here is a nesting study or a nesting sheet study that allows you to do a nesting cutout. Now, one thing that nesting and fabrication gives you as well is an easy way to compare nesting sheets, nesting and report on that. Now, the comparison allows you to go and have a look to see which is the most optimized way of cutting. That is the most out of the raw material that you have, to get the most out of your raw material, using the key metrics of cost, material usage, and stack size. This allows you to make faster quotes for projects that you may be taking on, or quote faster for other jobs that you may do. And this also allows you as a company or as an entity to make faster purchasing decisions, given that you know very quickly how much you can do and how fast you can do it. Quickly have a look at the report generation and the nesting study comparison. If you have, you create the first nesting study, job quantities obviously have to be set up, and then check your profiles, check your other properties and such. Now you want to make packaging, and nesting and fabrication allows you to generate packaging as well, which is interesting. Now here's your different cutout sheets, and with these cutout sheets, if you go to a comparative report, you create a comparison table. And you can then take away the different, filter out certain things that you don't want to filter by, or you don't want to show, the certain sheet types. And then you start looking at the different nested orientations and the different combinations of profile cuts that you can use. Then you decide on which one is the most efficient or optimal for you. And you can do a side-by-side comparison, as you can see over here, that allows you to decide which one suits you best, because your optimization is yours. Then using that, you would create a nesting report that shows all of the profiles that are set up in your nesting profile setup. And that report, that entire full report, can then be printed out and assessed by whomsoever. Now, let's take this a little bit further, and that report can actually then be put into your ISO documentation pack or your SANS documentation pack that allows you to document pretty much everything you've done and what process you followed for it. As you've seen, it takes the click of a couple of buttons. Now we'll talk a little bit about the fabrication part of nesting and fabrication. Fusion 360, as we all know, has integrated CAM manufacturing potential or options. So everything from 2.5 dimensional cutting or 2.5 axis cutting through to 5 to 7 axis milling, where you're using your extensions. You've got your 2D profile cutting, laser cutting, plasma cutting, whatever it is you're looking for. So you've got post processes and toolpath generation that's already integrated into Fusion 360, which then you can use your nesting and fabrication extension in order to generate those toolpaths. So once we've done all of that, so talking about the post processes that we've had, that in Fusion 360 comes equipped with, as well as the possibility to download, we will be able to drive a large variety of different machines that are on the market. Everything from Fanuc to Haas to whatever you name it. It will most likely be available. The integrated nature of Fusion 360 allows the sheet sets and your nesting sheets to then be uploaded into a 2D profile cutting program. So here we'll just have a quick view of profile checks and the toolpath generation and NC code output. If you look over here, you're just setting up a nesting sheet. Once your nesting sheet is done, you then set up a toolpath for it. You go carry on, and then you see that you're now setting up a cutting setup, you select your one 2D profile, and then it picks up everything that's on the same plane as in order for you to be able to cut that. So then you start your cutting program generation, and you set up a datum line. Say okay, and then it sets up your toolpath for you in order to cut the parts that you need. And then you process it to the machine. As you can see, the large variety of machine options that we've got that are there. Now here's your NC toolpath that's been set up. In summary, what can we do with Fusion 360 nesting and fabrication? Associative nesting to avoid rework, integrated CAM, simplified toolpath generation and machine programming, optimize your yield and predict material usage. You can estimate part production costs easily and early on in the process, and the flexibility that Fusion 360 in an overall will provide for you. What can we do with nesting and fabrication? It increases your capability. It speeds up your nest generation, allows for multi-sheet nesting, allows for multiple parts to be added to a nesting study. It allows you the optimization for your material, allows comparative nesting for you to check your own costs in order for you to easily be able to define how much it'll cost the client. And you can find a large number of comprehensive nesting reports, which again allow you to assess what you're doing and how you would do it going forward. Just as a quick recap, let's look at the variance or the difference between the Fusion 360 Core and what Nesting and Fabrication Extension gives you as an addition to Fusion 360 setup. Give you a couple of seconds to just run through this again. Right, moving on to the next slide. Oh, yes, yeah, here we go. We've got another quick poll. Let me set that one up for you guys. Let's please take some time to answer these questions. Please see which software do you currently use for your nesting process. Give it a couple of seconds. I see. All right, let's give it another minute to just get everybody in. All right, thank you very much for your answers. That looks like we've got quite a few. So I see that half of everyone is using Nest and Cut, and half are using some other software package. Thank you very much for your answers. Let us then continue. So that brings us to the end of the Fusion 360 aspect of the webinar, of the session. Let's talk about how we as an entity or as a company can assist you. Firstly, we're talking about a new part of our company that is called the transformation tools, that gives you little ebooks, videos, tips and tricks, guides, and online courses that can be done using the transformation tools. You can find it on https://tools.beckerbaynes.com, where you can find certain small workflow options. They'll give you some templates in some instances, and some simulation methodologies that you can use. So anything that you can think of, potentially we may have a small tool for you. Let us on. So just a few ideas on examples of what we've got available on the site. Revit models, we've got finite element analysis overviews and ideas on how you would do these things. A product data management guide for Vault, which might be useful to you, or we are currently in the process of generating more content for this, in the sense of we have certain setups that are still to come online, like standard part families that are able to come online. There is an inventor template that we will be putting up online shortly as well. So there's a large number of things in the works, a lot of good things in the works for the manufacturing industry that we have coming online in the transformation tools section. So how can we help you directly? We assist you to do it yourself. I spoke a little bit about CAD Learning in the beginning of the session. CAD Learning is a fantastic e-learning portal that allows you to learn at your own pace whenever you want, whenever you've got the ability to do so. What it is you can spend 15 to 20 minutes a day and start mastering a large variety of Autodesk products, you name it, from AutoCAD all the way through to Maya, Plant 3D, Inventor, Revit, etc. These are short videos that allows you to even quickly search for a specific aspect of one of these software packages that you may just want to quickly touch on, have a look at, and pick up on. So you can tailor the course to yourself, or you can pick up the previously curated courses. Additionally, what it also gives you is on CAD Learning is that you will have CPD accredited courses for those of you who are actually associated with professional bodies who can use the CPD courses. There are certain CPD courses available, and I mean, I think AutoCAD and Fusion are actually on that list. So we also do training at Baynes. We've got full training courses for AutoCAD, Inventor, Plant 3D, Revit, you name it, it's there. Vault also is something that we offer courses on, Fusion 360 as well, where we have a formalized training section where we are able to give you a fundamentals, advanced, or even a customized training that's capable, that you would need as an individual. So digital transformation is the name of the game. We can show you how to do things. We'll come out and consult with you. We'll look at your teams, your processes, the software that you have available, what options that you may have going forward to improve your processes, to speed up your processes, and to increase the efficiency of your processes, and to simplify your tasks into simple, small, bite-sized pieces. We at Baynes solve our customers' problems through digital transformation, helping you to design and make a better world. I'm going to quickly open up the floor to some questions. Do you have any of those? Let us please type them in the question box, and we will respond to them as soon as they come through. One quick question that I'm seeing here is, how easy is it to get a hold of the software? Well, it's actually very easy. The answer to this question is that all you need to do is to browse the Baynes website, and we do have the ability to purchase the Fusion 360 extension. And as you saw in one of the videos, it's also possible for you to actually go into the properties file section and add the extension directly into Fusion 360 from there. Another question is, how much does this cost? Look, in comparison, I can't tell you an exact figure out of hand, but it's significantly cheaper than most of the other products that you will find on the market. That much I can tell you. I believe that Let's just give it another 30 seconds to see if there's any other questions. Alrighty, so in the absence of any further questions, ladies and gentlemen, you're more than welcome to contact us. If you do have any questions going forward, you're more than welcome to contact us on any of the platforms listed on this page. We are situated in Sunninghill in Johannesburg, as well as an office in Cape Town. You visit us at beckerbaines.com, and yeah, we've got a social media presence that's quite large as well. And if you go and search our YouTube channel, you will also find a bunch of workflows and options. Please also find the recording of this webinar on the transformation tools that I spoke about a little bit earlier. This will come through after the editing has been done in a few days' time. Thank you very much for you guys' attendance. Much appreciated, and I hope you learned something today. Have a lovely one further.